Hello friends, Kelly here, and I'm back with another sketchbook tour. It's actually for this little sketchbook right here, and this is, I think, my favorite sketchbook. But let's go through it together and I'll show you what I've been drawing. So this is the Moleskine Pocket Art Sketchbook. It is very small, but that is one of the things I love so much about it because it is so easy to throw into a pocket or a purse or any kind of bag. This little strap here is obviously very helpful to keep it shut. I like that it is sturdy. It is going to be sturdy to handle being taken anywhere you want to go. And the pages are nice and thick, which is just really good for what I do and with ink. I will say some of the pages have, started to kind of come undone from the binding a little bit. But all in all, it's survived a lot over the years. So I started this sketchbook somewhere around 2018 and I just finished it in September. So this spans quite a few years, 5 whole years of my art journey. And it's been the one that I kept with me for a long time, and then I kind of forgot about it and then picked it up again recently to see if I could finish the sketchbook. Most of what is in here is drawn with pen, and probably this pen is my favorite pen here. It's a very simple office pen you can find in any kind of, Walmart, Target, anything like that. So I love this one. It definitely has a little bit more of a runny ink, so you have to wait for it to dry. And then this is another just office pen that I use frequently as well, and it won't smear as much as the other one. So that's usually what you'll find in here. There's a little bit of Copic marker as well. So let's just get started. I begin and end this sketchbook with a portrait of myself. I like to doodle myself because I know how I will feel about how I look, and sometimes when you draw other people, I feel like they don't like how you draw them, so I'll just draw me. This is at the airport, and I'm trying to figure out when this would have been or where I was going. 2018 was so long ago. I don't know where I would have been heading to. I know in 2019 I went to Washington, D.C. and Vancouver Island. I think that was 2019. Maybe it was 2018. Maybe that's one of these trips. But I attempted to draw the planes. And this is Rapunzel from the TV show. This is one of my friends. I'm not super happy with these ones, but my art has changed a lot over the years. I don't know what this is. Looks like some plants. And another random character. Some people and pencil. Hands. I always draw hands when I don't know what to draw because your hands are right there in front of you and it's easy to just draw them in different ways. Then we've got some other little characters, and I honestly don't know. This almost looks, I think this is Connie from Steven Universe. Definitely love Steven Universe and very inspired by Rebecca Sugar throughout my art journey. This is a sketchbook that I brought on the bus a lot at the time, and you can tell there's going to be quite a few random portraits of people who I would just see on the bus, or I will draw my shoes a lot, and I love drawing shoes now. It's one of my favorite things to do. more drawings of me. I think I was figuring out like a style of how to draw myself. And now I'm pretty confident with how I draw people in a cartoony way. A big wagon that I clearly never really finished the idea. I just sketched it out. This I really love because this here is an original character of mine I've had for years. Her name is Amy. But then I also have some Steven Universe characters, and I love how the marker looks with these. And then here I was trying to figure out my very first drawing of my podcast logo. The podcast is called Fanimated. You can find all of the episodes on YouTube, and I'm talking about animation and all my favorite animated shows and movies. But this was my first sketch of what I wanted the logo to look like, and the logo changed many times over the years, but I love to look at that and be reminded how far I came with that podcast. And then this, I believe, was at a winter retreat. I was asked to play keys for the worship part of the retreat. And there was this little shed. It held like cross-country skis and snowshoes and that sort of thing. And so I decided to draw it during some of the downtime. I still like this, actually. I like the different values here, and yeah, I think that's still pretty cute. Blank one, but that's okay because a lot of it is just marker bleeding through. And this is the view of a lake by my home where I grew up, at least. And there's a nice walking path there, and I decided to stop and sketch what I saw there. Of course, some baby hiccup because the final movie was coming out, and I was so excited for that. I love the How to Train Your Dragon series, so I drew a lot of hiccup. And here's another random guy on the bus. It's kind of, I got a lot of practice drawing people from the back because, you're just sitting in the bus staring at people ahead of you. Some more How to Train Your Dragon. We've got Toothless this time. Dragons are hard to draw. I think for me, most animals are hard to draw, but dragons are definitely challenging. A little comic I made in where I live in Minnesota, you get a lot of snow, and so in the fall you get to wear these nice light jackets, and then you have to upgrade to a very thick coat. And thankfully it hasn't been too cold yet, but it is cold out there. Another quick sketch of Amy and another character here. I'm doing my best, aren't we all? Aren't we all? Some guitars and a bass. I guess that's a bass, probably. Another guy on the bus. I don't think this is a specific character, but interesting, very emotive positioning, but definitely have a lot to learn about anatomy, but I get better and better. Two more bus riders. At the time I rode the bus to and from work every day for like 40 minutes to an hour each way, so I had a lot of bus time, and I was definitely drawing a lot during that time. Here's some more bus people, and my original character Amy and her little sister Iola, and they have a pet turtle. I don't fully remember the whole story of them, but I do like them a lot. I know this was probably from the bus. I actually distinctly still remember that hairstyle and another bus person. I have a lot of like notes and other random things, sketches for comics, notes, and I really love this sketch. I've redrawn this sketch multiple times, and I don't know, there's something about like floating in air that feeling, I guess. And I really like it, and it makes me want to redraw this one again. We've got, not sure what, but like a person. Looks like it's on an alien planet almost. Some notes from something. Some more characters of some sort. This perspective is pretty cool. And I think what's happening here on the Post-its is I was just drawing at work on the Post-its and maybe didn't have my sketchbook. And so I just put the Post-its in the sketchbook so I can save them. And here, this is the transition between like 2020 and current, because this is March of this year, 2023, and this is probably in 2020. So then we jump 3 years and my art style has changed drastically, but I really like this spread. I like black and white. I like how it's kind of pretty even throughout. And not always, but I try to date my spreads because I like to know, when I was drawing these things. So I just kind of put a collage of like this random character I created, this guy, and then this girl, and she's a gardener and he's a musician. And yeah, I just thought that was kind of fun, doing little slices of their life, kind of. Again, I'm drawing my hands. I'm always drawing my hands when I don't know what to do. And this is just a random person. I might have looked at a reference for the outfit. I love drawing clothes and just all the little wrinkles and things. And I might be overdoing it, but I do love that. I was trying to practice drawing braids from reference and hairstyles. Braids are still kind of hard for me to draw, and I want to get better at them because I love braids. And bows. This is a little mini travel journal. I like to travel journal a lot. You can look at my last travel journal video where I went to the North Shore of Lake Superior and drew a lot of my memories from there. I think that's just a really special way to, log your journeys. Okay, and this, I love this spread. I actually made a print of this spread. And this is kind of the beginning of me drawing a lot of these not big, obviously this is tiny, but these collages of like many different things of the same thing, if that makes sense. And so I've got all these fruits and all these vegetables, and I just really love how this turned out. So let me go see if I can find the print I made of this. Okay, so I had a friend who loved this spread when I shared it on social media, and she immediately wanted it for her office. She works in nutrition and wanted to have a copy of this. So I printed out a few prints here, and I scanned it on a big scanner and tried to enlarge it. It's a little fuzzy because it's enlarged a little bit, but I really love these, and I'm glad I can, share it with people and print it out. And so again, continuing with kind of like these big spreads of one thing, I drew a ton of shoes and sneakers, and you'll see I love to compare, and I don't know where that other drawing of my shoe went. Here you see this shoe compared to these shoes is a very big difference. A lot of time and practice went in between those two sketches, but I love this spread so much. I love the detail of shoes. I love shoelaces. Shoelaces are so fun for me to draw. And I should say as well, for most of these later sketches, I'm not using a pencil before I draw in pen. I feel very comfortable and confident drawing these things in pen directly without sketching it out. And sometimes that comes back to bite me and things look a little off. Like this shoe up here is clearly a little strange, but a little elongated. But I love to draw with ink, and I love to just get your pen on paper and don't worry about making mistakes. So I drew some flowers as well. Flowers are still something that I'd love to be more comfortable with. And another little doodle here, more cartoon stylized shoes. And more clothing. I love this spread as well. I just love drawing clothes so much. It's so much fun. I love this little outfit right here. I'd wear that right now. And then I took prompts on Instagram from my followers there and drew some that they recommended. So that was fun. And these references I found, and I don't remember where they're located, but some different scenery and some more flowers down the bottom. I just do really like this one still as well. I like how this sunflower turned out especially. This is just some studies of other artists. Besides this one, that's one I just drew that one. But you can see all the Instagram handles if you want to follow these people. I highly recommend you do. But sometimes I will go back and draw other people's work that really inspires me, people that I admire. And then I'll just kind of notice as I draw, like, what are the things about their art that I really like and what can I implement in my own art? And so these aren't things I normally like share on social media, and I do not encourage copying and pretending that it's your own, but even in my sketchbook, I'm putting the names of people, and I think it's good to study the people that you like, the artists that you enjoy and that inspire you, because if you study their work, then you'll find your style through the collection of all the things you learn. I have some boats here, and I attempted to draw trees in a few different ways. Drawing trees with ink is sometimes hard for me, so these are all kind of different ways to do that. I really love this spread as well. I drew all the things that are in my bag normally. So this is my everyday bag, and these are all the things that I usually keep in it. Then I draw a whole bunch of treats, and these like collages, these spreads were really what inspired my Inktober this year. So definitely go back, look at the entire Inktober playlist and to my Inktober sketchbook tour, and you'll see a lot of this similar theme. So I definitely enjoyed this, and I highly recommend you go back and look through my Inktober drawings. This is kind of how I draw myself today. And that concludes our little mini sketchbook tour. I hope you enjoyed, and definitely check out my other sketchbook tours, and I will have a lot more art to share because this was actually a while ago that I finished this one, and so I've been filling up another one already. So thank you so much for joining me, and I'll talk to you soon.